Sharif Cooper hasn't done that I can say he should do to say he's done it all.
He won that championship. That was it.
Everything. He's done everything. He's scored a lot of assists.
The only thing that can cap off his career is becoming Mr. Basketball.
So why is it that when I watch Ryan Odom, did I feel like he's the best Every time I watch Ryan Odom play, I feel like I'm seeing something special. Like I'm seeing something that I'm not gonna maybe not see again. I said that for a long time. BJ Boston was my favorite high school player in Georgia. I don't get that feeling that I'm seeing something I'll never see again. It's the Love of the Game podcast. What's good? We're in the building. Sucker Free Sunday. Y'all already know what time it is. Y'all know how it goes down. Y'all know how we giving it up. I'm solo right now, but that ain't gonna last. Trouble don't last always. The fella's gonna be in here. It was a great week for Georgia basketball. We got a lot of thoughts to get to on the fall league. Of course, I'm gonna give Huff the business on these Atlanta Falcons. That might be why Huff ain't here, bro. I feel bad for my dog, bro. I feel bad for Huff, dog. Oh my God. Hey, bro. You talking about we talked about it Thursday. Huff, my boy, told me family was good. Sis, I got the greatest sister in the world, by the way. Just in case y'all didn't know. I got the greatest little sister in the world. Huff was on here talking about on Thursday that Matt Ryan was a Hall of Famer. Yeah, solo dolo, dog. Y'all know how I do. It don't bother me. Solo dolo for a minute. They'll be on here in a sec. My boy was telling me that Matt Ryan was a Hall of Famer. Speaking of my dog, here we go. Big Time, how you feeling? You okay?
I'm great. What's going on? What's happening?
I mean, I just remember you saying that Matt Ryan was a Hall of Famer, and I said all he does is lose spectacularly. And that's how we were getting out of Thursday's show. And then here comes Sunday. I just wanted to check in you, make sure you were all good.
Well, what would I be upset? You don't get upset when you know what to expect, right?
Hey, they said you're supposed to be enraged.
You don't get enraged when this has happened ever since the Super Bowl. And that's not on Matt. That's on the culture of the organization. That ain't on Matt Ryan. So, in the words of CY, I ain't trying to fight.
I ain't mad at nobody.
I ain't mad at nobody. I really don't wish for nobody to get fired. But if that man walks into that office tomorrow, then you will see me enraged.
You that man meaning who? Let's be clear. That man meaning who exactly?
There's a man that has had those headphones on since that Super Bowl.
Whoa, okay.
Allows
talk about it.
Double-digit leads to slip away in the fourth quarter.
Talk about it. Is it? I do have one question though. Is it his fault that? And I actually turned on football and watched football because I was concerned for you.
Wow.
I watched about a quarter of football because I was concerned for you when I saw the score. Is it his fault that Matt Ryan got his first completion with like 1:39 left to go in the fourth? I mean, his first completion of the quarter, I should say. Is that his fault?
They're throwing to Calvin Ridley and me and you. So what do we Well, maybe it's just not the guy with the headphones on. Maybe we need to talk about the guy who's putting this team together as well.
Coach and GM need to be replaced. That's what we're saying?
Yeah, man. This is just do your research since 28-3 and you tell me what you find.
Doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. I'll say that. We do know that. Okay. I just wanted to make sure you were straight, man. I want to make sure you.
And let me say this: I never wish anybody to get fired, but I'm pretty sure that man can find another job.
Oh, he'll be hired right away.
But I do know, just like your tweet came out this week, when them people on my head when I was 2-13, I need these same people to be on his head right now. The same people that were on Bryce's head at the beginning of the live period, or whatever we want to call this period this year, they need to be on his head.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing that can give any Falcons fan some hope out there is that Minnesota's on 3-2. They were supposed to be good. The Eagles are 0-2-1. I mean, they tied the Browns. Not the Browns, the Bengals. Tied them. I mean, but you could be 2-1. I think that's the real issue. You could be 2-1.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. It's only close in horseshoes and hand grenades, is what my granddaddy used to tell me.
And I ain't never threw a grenade, and I don't play horseshoes. So you are what you are, in the words of Bill Parcells. And so maybe I'll take a trip to Flowery Branch tomorrow.
It might, a nice drive. It might make you feel good.
We got a lot of. I'm not even gonna do that because that's.
I feel like you could give them some words of wisdom, Huff. I do. Will they listen? I feel like you could offer some words of encouragement in this tough time.
As a lifelong Atlantean,
yes.
We've only been to the Super Bowl twice. And one time we blew a 28-3 lead, and the other time the man was out in the streets trying to get him some. The day before the Super Bowl.
Very questionable behavior.
I mean, we just have some tough times here, man. We just got to, one conference finals in the history of the Atlanta Hawks. You blow the 3-2 lead because Cliff Levingston want to be the man and don't want to get a ball to Dominique. The time you do go to the conference finals, you see that man over there. Mama, there goes that man, and you get destroyed 4-0. I mean,
and you didn't say Cliff Robinson. You said Cliff Levingston. Wow.
The one championship you got was in baseball, but how many times did you go to not get it? And then the same year you blew the Super Bowl, that just turned around. That was the year the Bulldogs blew the national championship.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what else to say.
You deserve better. That's what you deserve better. I feel like I'm trying to talk you out of an abusive relationship. Just leave them, girl. Leave them.
I mean, I got on my phone from guys talking about, man, this is embarrassing. They all should go. This is, hey, but we've seen some great basketball. How about that?
Hey, let's get to it. Look, I want to say my apologies. I do want to walk some stuff back. This Georgia Elite Fall League is pretty damn good. It's not perfect. Let me say that. GHSA would have never done this to football, I don't think. I think had football been interrupted the way that basketball was interrupted, you would see head coaches coaching this fall league.
Not just head. You mean you would have seen somebody on the coaching staff? Because there can't be anybody on the coaching staff.
For sure. Right now it's community coaches. I've seen some trainers out there.
Whoa. Huh?
Yeah, I saw some trainers. I don't know if they're
talking about trainers. What was that? What'd you say? You snitching over here.
What, community coaches? I thought that's what they were.
If they on your staff and sit on your bench, they ain't supposed to be coaching no fall league game.
Oh, okay. You didn't hear that from me. You didn't hear that from me. I don't know who's on whose staff this year, so whatever. I'm just a dad. I don't know nothing.
Ready to retract that statement.
Yeah, I'm just a dad. Don't listen to me. I know nothing. I know absolutely nothing. I'm an idiot. But I can't necessarily say the coaching has been bad, right? I am not, bro. I promise. I swear to God, I know nothing. I'm an idiot. The coaching has not necessarily been bad. There are some things that I don't like, so I'll get to the bad stuff first. And let's get it out the way. Number one, I wish that GHSA had an incredible opportunity. Had you allowed coaches to coach, or be involved more, right? I think it makes it better. Give the guys that are coaching more timeouts.
How many did they get?
My understanding is they got 2 20s per half. One full 2 20s, you know what I mean? Like, it allowed them to use their timeouts as strategy and make adjustments and stuff like that. And I think that makes it better also. But outside of that, honestly, I don't have a lot of complaints. Like, for once in my life, I saw a competitive fall league game, man. So I can't start complaining about shit when the big issues that I didn't like about fall league are all removed in this Georgia Elite Fall League that we're seeing right now.
I think what you're getting is that, you're getting some of the top teams or supposed top teams this year.
Yeah. Yep.
You're getting quality talent.
Yep.
I think even without the coaches or the staff or head coach coaching, you're getting guys who know basketball because they knew the opportunity, how big this was to have somebody coach their team.
For sure.
I think the shot clock has helped.
Yep. Shot clock is working beautifully, by the way.
I think all those things have played a great impact. Maybe it's something that, as much as we can rag on the GHSA, we've also got to say that they've done some things to try to move us along when we push them. We used to could only do 2-on-1s. It went to 4-on-1s. We got the shot clock implemented. So maybe now it's the time to say, if we really want to, allow high school coaches to do some things, maybe they should be allowed to coach fall league. And maybe that's something that's the next step, I
don't necessarily know that it has to be permanent. You know what I mean? Like, but I just feel bad for high school coaches because you guys didn't get June. You would have normally had the entire month of June with your team. You didn't get June. This would have been an incredible opportunity to open up and allow high school coaches to really work with their guys throughout the fall season and try to make up that time for fall league. I mean, you can't necessarily make up what June is, but you got football players that's out and all that stuff. It's hard to make it up, but you have a tremendous opportunity with this fall league, especially with this fall league, to do that. I would love to see another division added next year, right? You got this top 16 division or whatever we want to call this for the Elite Fall League. I would love to see another division, another tier, and let those teams participate and get better. But all in all, great event.
I think those are legitimate concerns about having more teams. But I do think this was a unique situation where the GHSA probably could have done something different and allowed coaches to coach their team. Like my team got 8 days this summer. We got 8 days the whole summer, and you couldn't make it. Usually in June, guys know if I ain't here in June, it's gonna be very hard for me coming up this next season. Well, with COVID and everything, even those 8 days in June, there were some guys who said, especially in July, we were still in that hot zone period. Like, Coach, it's only me and my mom, and if somebody in my family gets it, we're in a tough situation. So I can't be there. Their teams, not just in this Elite Fall League, but their teams playing in any fall league who may have not gotten any time during the summer. And they still may have not gotten any time. So they may be just guys out there hooping right now.
For sure. And there's a couple of good comments that I want to get to because this brings up great conversation. Yes, I was on Mark's ass about losing in the fall league. And I was on Mark, not only that, when he was coaching against Pace playing without Cole Middleton, the refs bailed Mark's ass out of that game. It was a 6-point game. They called back-to-back offensive fouls against Matt Cleveland, both of which I thought were completely bogus because Matt Cleveland was on Mark's head. And they were about to lose that game, bro. And I told Mark, boy, if y'all would have lost, them refs bailed your ass out. If y'all would have lost, I was on your head, my boy. And after the game, normally Mark is like real animated. You know what I'm saying? After the game, you know, he talked about the kids and their defense and stuff like that. He was being real coach-like after the game. So I feel like he knew that 5-star kid was on his ass. And so was Madison Durr, by the way. But we'll get to kind of the breakdowns of how kids play after that. Coach, I agree with you. I think adding a girls element would be good. I can't speak to.
I can speak to that. I can speak to that a little bit.
I don't know.
I can speak to the problem with the girls is that they're still playing AAU.
Yep, true.
Like so that like AAU for girls. We talk about AAU for guys. Like there's a shutdown period for guys. AAU for girls, that window gets crossed a lot, and so they still a lot of them still hooping, man.
Yeah, I was at a girls tournament last weekend at Hoop Scene.
Yeah,
I think FB not Hoop Scene 20.
Yeah,
last weekend. So like you say, now there are fall leagues that are going on for girls. I know down in Albany it's a fall league going on. It's for boys and girls, but a lot of the girls down there are not playing AAU. So they wouldn't.
My bad, Locke. And then the other part with girls too is that sometimes you get girls who may happen to play volleyball. You know, like I'm thinking of a Hebron Christian girl who's going to Rice on a basketball scholarship, but she plays volleyball.
Hey, softball too. Softball
yeah,
going on right too.
Yeah.
You know, so there are more multiple sports that interrupt them than just football for us. You know.
I would love to see first things first, to me, more important, and I'm saying more important, but I don't know shit when it comes to that. But more importantly to me, I would think that having girls fall league would be having June live period for girls, and having girls participate in that June period, and being able to play in front of coaches. I would love to see that happen. I would love to help those conversations move forward. But I need people way smarter than me to tap in with me and help guide that. Because I'm not smart.
I think if you want to guide it, I think you got to get, the right girls coaches. I mean, as much as people talked about what happened last summer, like that was a lot of work that went on in part to put that in place.
Yes.
You got to have some dedication. Not saying it won't be. I don't want somebody to get out there and say, Huff said girls coaches won't be committed.
Right.
But you just got to get that group together. Who's going to put it together? And it might not even have to be June first. Well, it's got to be June, but you just got to figure it out when and where.
Man, I would love Norcross, McEachern, Lovejoy, Holy Innocents. Give me some girls coaches from Middle and South Georgia. Like, I would love for guys to or women to tap in with me, and let's figure out how to drive that on the girl side. I think it needs to happen. I'm willing to help it happen, promote it, or whatever I can do to kind of help it, because I think this is important for the game. But man, lock in with me, Coach Williams. Man, hit me up. Let's figure this out. Who needs to be involved? But I think it should happen. What else was in here? Oh, there was something else. Other fall leagues that are taking place. Yes, there are a lot of other fall leagues that are taking place. If you're running a fall league if you're playing a basketball game, period, and you want people to see it and to know about it, I feel like this summer we have always been promoting SUV TV. We have a great relationship with SUV TV, but I feel like they have proven their worth in spades like this summer with how valuable their coverage is. So if you're running a fall league and you haven't been in touch with them, if the ball is getting tipped off and there are referees on the clock, you should probably have reached out to SUV TV. It's so important to give kids that love, that coverage, that support. You never know who's watching, man. So that's important. It probably is really good. We just haven't seen it or heard about it. You know, there may not be the right people covering it. So yeah, y'all, hey, yo, you be on the chicken circuit, dog, all the time, Uncle Drew. It is, man. It's always good basketball going on somewhere.
No, it is.
Anything else? If you know where the runs are.
No, it definitely is.
Yeah, I don't know now. There's another comment that's in there. I don't know. I've heard differently about that.
Oh, about college coaches on the boys and girls side? I've heard a lot about this. I haven't had a lot of experience with it, but I've heard about it, though. Why do college coaches on the girls side respond better than on the boys side? I heard they offer faster, earlier.
Yeah.
They do that. I see.
They offer a lot earlier.
Sometimes they know a lot sooner, though.
8th grade, 9th grade, you can get an offer on the girls side.
Yeah, I think Tia Cooper had an offer from North Carolina in the 8th grade.
You get one early on the girls side. Lot, you want to give us a breakdown before we get into like who played good and stuff in the fall league? You want to give us a breakdown? You was at Sean breakout camp. HBC.
Oh yeah, breakout camp was pretty good. You saw a lot of new faces because ton of the other like rising maybe freshmen or sophomores that are really really good. They're probably playing in fall leagues on Saturday. But it definitely was a ton of talent yesterday, a ton. It was kids from everywhere, from Florida, kid came from Michigan, kid came from Miami-Dade. So it was definitely a ton of talent. Pull up my list of kids that I noticed that was pretty good.
While Locke is looking for his list, Miles Kelly did not sign to Georgia Tech.
Committed.
He committed to Georgia Tech. And shout out to Miles Kelly for doing it the way that I would love to see kids do it. Didn't trim down his list from 20 to 15 to 12 to 10 to 5. He just got an offer that he really liked and just committed. I love it. I respect it.
I think that's a good fit. Really good fit.
I respect it.
Mm-hmm. Can't go wrong with Georgia Tech. I mean, at least the atmosphere, Atlanta environment. Magic City.
Go wrong with a degree from Georgia Tech.
Exactly.
I don't think we talk about that enough. Forget playing, I can't say forget playing in the ACC, but graduating from Georgia Tech and having a degree from Georgia Tech is a big deal.
That's 40 years, not the next 4.
100%. It's a great legacy to belong to. A lot of opportunity. Going to school in downtown Atlanta. It's a big deal. You got your list, Lock?
Yeah, I got a few kids. I'm gonna name a few Georgia kids that y'all may know. The first one, I seen him maybe once or twice this summer in the tournament. He plays for Infinite Skills. He came, coming in second place in the dunk contest yesterday, but he's from the South Side. Avante Nicholas, man, 2023 kid, man, I love him. If he keeps getting better with his skill set, by the time he's a senior, I think he's gonna be one of the top kids in his class, especially coming from that side of town. He's just hard-nosed, super athletic, and just get to it. Who else did I like? Kendrick Kendrick Lanier out of Decatur High School. Freshman U kid. I watched him a lot this past summer. Good strength, good size, quick, athletic. He made a ton of noise yesterday. One of your Georgia Man Up kids played pretty good. Jalen Rock?
Jalen Lee. Yep.
Jalen Lee from at St. Francis. Hey.
His nickname is Rock.
Yeah, his name is Rock. Yep.
He got some game.
He can hoop.
Mondre, I saw you guys had a Twitter takeover yesterday too.
A Twitter takeover?
So it looked like you were tweeting every time I saw a tweet from the camp. It looked like they were Georgia Man Up kid.
Hey man, I mean, people think that you can't get exposure playing for Man Up. Sometimes we got to show them different.
You got to show them.
We got to try, and we learn from the best. I've been watching Bryce for 3 years.
It's one more kid.
Jalen's gonna be a player though, for sure.
Nah, he played good. He played good at Brock Hill.
Yep.
Before all the madness started. Another kid.
Hi, Mom.
Good evening.
Hey man.
How you doing?
Josiah Lawson from Druid Hills. Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh my. Oh my.
How tall is he? What position does he play?
Hey, looking like face.
Man, a 6'4" point guard.
You talking my
freshman.
You're talking my language.
A freshman. Shifty, getting downhill, making plays, big. I think his dad a coach from when I heard, but
Druid Hills is our guy who came on the show, right?
Stroud.
Yeah, Stroud.
Hey man. Ooh.
Stroudy. Oh, he game elite.
Wow.
Drew already put in. I already got the info, but man, he was probably the most impressive player at his age, doing what he was doing. Like he's gonna Drew Hill's gonna be fun to watch. He's gonna get a ton of minutes. Because I didn't think he was a PG till maybe like 2-3 plays later, and he waved everybody off in and out, cross back, seeing what was going on, threw it, just made a no look pass to the corner. I don't want to say that was a PG, but man, for him to just have the courage to do that as a ninth grader at 6'4" with that size and how he was handling it, we're gonna hear his name a lot.
I'm assuming he's playing above the rim too at 6'4".
No, not really. No.
You know that athleticism don't always kick in at the same time for every kid.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta wait till after they turn 16. Sometimes.
Yeah, but he's 6'4" though. He's tall.
Yeah.
So that's what I was wondering.
He's pretty good. But no, it definitely was a good camp yesterday. Seeing the next step, the next sophomores, the next generation for these freshmen.
That's good stuff, man. It was some guys doing work at the fall league yesterday. Tyrese Elliott. Oh my God. Like, hey, come
I've
on.
heard that name before too.
Come. Say what?
I've heard that name before too. What AAU team is playing?
He is Nike Elite Stars. What's on my roster sheet?
Okay.
Yeah.
He tough like that.
Fam. He you could tell that he's still kind of getting a feel for things, but the talent is 100% there, bro. Like he a dude.
That's the kid out of Alabama.
Yeah, he out of Alabama, right?
He a dude.
I've seen him. He got a nice frame too.
Yeah, for sure. Good size. Ian Shefflin definitely played well. Like he's moving so much better than what he looked like early on in the AAU season.
He committed as well. He committed to Clemson.
ACC, for sure. Y'all telling me that he saw? I feel like everybody I saw that was really good was a Celtic. Julio cleaning up. I get it. But they're gonna be
Did you watch
really
McKeitry? Did you watch McKeitry?
I did.
I heard it was fun to watch.
They're gonna be all right.
McEachern.
They still gonna be tough to beat.
Well, so I hear that Randy Brady is going to like Tennessee or something.
Going back to where he was.
Going
That's
back
where
to Tennessee. I don't know if that's true. He played with McEachern. So mind you, I have no idea what they're
Even if he
talking about.
doesn't, even if he's not there, they're still gonna be pretty good though.
That's gonna hurt them a lot, though.
It's gonna hurt them,
Randy
man.
Brady is gonna hurt them a lot.
Randy Brady get shit done.
He's from
Because
like Nashville or something.
they have two kids that play really, really hard. Cam McDowell and Randy Brady play really hard. And if you remove one of them, you know,
Yeah, they need
Randy Brady is the energy guy and he's playing hard. Cam McDowell is communicating, making sure everybody's loose, having fun, you know, encouraging his teammates and playing hard. You take away one of them, like who does Cam McDowell bounce off of from an energy standpoint, from an effort standpoint? Like who is going to help Cam McDowell get a stop when the time comes? To me, that hurts if he's not there. I ain't saying they're gonna be trash. I'm just saying to me, that's a big losing Randy Brady is a big loss to me.
It is. He had a great summer.
Why?
Great summer.
What are his options? What does he have on the table? Anybody know?
I don't know, but I think he a mid-major.
Yeah, he's mid-major.
For sure. For sure.
Mm-hmm. He's just a smart player. Like
Great IQ.
he's like a kid that's mature, like and knows the game beyond everybody else. He's like kind of like one of those kids, and he's big.
He's not gonna shoot a jumper if he knows you can't stop him from getting to the basket.
Mm-hmm.
If he knows you can't stop him from getting to the basket, or if he knows you're a smaller guard and he can post you, he's not gonna shoot a jumper. And that is tremendously valuable in today's game because there's too many kids that'll still shoot the jumper even though they could just post you or score at the rim. But he looked really good, man. Bobby Moore is back jumping.
Oh, I seen the highlight.
He's back jumping.
Who's the point guard from McEachern? Who's running the point?
Really, Cam McDowell mostly.
I can see that.
You didn't see that, huh?
He was doing it. He was doing it some this summer.
Yeah. Now, to me,
I don't
the
know if
kid
that
to
works
watch,
during the year all the time, but I mean, I'm just saying I can see it.
the young 2024 Cassius Watkins, like you're gonna have to watch that kid. I don't know if this year is gonna be his year, but you can't argue the talent is definitely there. He's gonna have to, get in the weight room, continue to work on his body, be able to defend. But with the ball in his hands, the talent, like he threw Cam McDowell, I think it was Cam McDowell, a lob off the glass that was like beautiful. Like he got some talent. That kid can play. I like Josh Ray a lot for Grayson. But I'll get to the guy that I saw that I didn't know that I'm like super sold on. Like this guy had me probably the most excited, and it was, I want to make sure I say his name right, Logan Baker from Pace Academy. 6'2" guard, sits down on D, and never stops talking on the basketball floor. Like, pairing him up with Madison Durr, like them two dudes, we talk about being a competitor and what it takes to win a basketball game, not what it takes to look good or be flashy or be able to do this and that, but what it takes to win basketball games. Logan Baker is going to help you win basketball games. Like you're going to win games with him on the floor. I was really impressed with him. Pace to me just looked different than a lot of other teams from an intensity standpoint, how hard they were playing. They look good. I like those groups. Josh Reed, of course, looks great. He looked great all summer. as he continues to kind of learn and develop, like he's gonna be one of those top players to me, to take pace forward even after like Matthew Cleveland and those guys leave. Like he's a piece that you can keep building around. So he looked great. Miles Rice. I mean, I feel like I'm gonna say stuff like that we already know. Miles Rice is another kid that you can win with. I don't think I can say anything about Jabari that we don't already know. He's the best player like in 2021. He's gonna like he brought the ball up and ran pick and roll and made overhead passes to the corner. Like what? I don't know what he can't do. You know what I'm saying? Like he's doing everything. So it's gonna get real boring if I talk about him. The team that I came away the most impressed with was Pebblebrook.
Really?
Fam. That's a totally different basketball team. I don't know if they stay a totally different basketball team through the season, but their body language, their effort on defense, and they actually pass the ball now. They did not pass the ball to each other last year. They pass the ball now, and it looks like that they love playing with each other now. That is a totally different basketball team. They are dangerous as fuck. That's not the team that I would want to play. I don't want to play them. If I'm anybody, I don't want to play Pebblebrook. If they're going to pass the ball and they're going to buy into play, bro, like Niles Hillman is locking dudes up.
Hey.
Fam. Niles Hillman looked like Miles Rice. That's how he's playing right now. He's not finishing at the rim as good as Miles Rice right now, but as far as playing defense, he locking dudes up, bro. And he had the whole time Tyler Shirley in his ear, Jamal Kleiss in his ear. Like, you knock a Pebblebrook kid down, you got 4 guys running to pick him up this year. That's something you didn't see last year. Like, they're a basketball team. They look scary. Now, I don't know how it goes once you get to the season because they, in the fall league, they 5 in, 5 out, so everybody getting minutes. Once you get into the season, that kind of everybody's going to have to understand what their role is, and they may not get those minutes. Do people stay on board? Do they stay locked in like that? If he can keep them as a team, that's who I came away the most impressed with from a you know what I mean? Grayson was going to be Grayson. We kind of knew what we was going to see. Sandy Creek was going to be Sandy Creek. We knew we was going to see. Milton, same way. I feel like we knew what we was going to see.
That's what I want to watch. I want to watch Milton.
Milton, I mean, they're Milton. I didn't see anything different than what we already knew.
True.
Bruce, like, it's tough as hell to keep him out of the paint. Like, that's impossible. Kanan is dunking on people, you know what I'm saying? Catching 2-hand lobs now. That was different.
Hey. Hey. Ooh.
Hey, who was the best passer I saw yesterday? Hey, I'm going to say something, and people are going to call me stupid. And I don't know. But Isaiah Collier is the best passer that I've seen since Sharif. And he may be better as a passer.
Then Isaiah from Wheeler?
Yes. He's the best passer I've seen.
Sharif Cooper was the best passer you saw?
Isaiah Collier is the best passer.
You said he was as good as Sharif being a passer.
Yes. Bryce, you still on mute, bro.
My bad. I'm over here eating this cookie cake. Yeah, I said Isaiah can pass the ball. He's probably better passer than Sharif.
Magical, bro. Yeah. That shit is magical. I'm not lying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not lying. I'm open to be called an idiot. What do I know? But that shit, bro. He met fam. He sees shit, bro, that ain't nobody else seeing. Sometimes the person that he's throwing it to.
I can believe that.
But it's also not a lot of kids that like to pass the ball like that either. So it's not like he's in a class. It's, you know what I mean? It's not like he's
not a lot of competition because people don't.
Yeah. it ain't like dudes out here dropping dimes like that. Like,
Yeah.
True,
Oh,
true,
look.
but we still can't discredit him. For
no,
him
no.
doing that at
No,
that
no.
level.
I'm not discrediting him. I'm just saying, like, no, he's definitely in the league of his own when it comes to that. But it's also nobody else that likes to move the ball like that. He naturally likes to pass the ball. Like you can see it. He's a pass, like he wants to distribute.
Shit,
You wanna
got me, bro.
Yeah.
Gonna lie. Now, I know you playing for Larry, so they're gonna, look at what he is defensively, and like they're gonna push him to be the peak of what he's supposed to be. You know what I mean? So I hope he's locked in and listening to the guys that he has around him over there at Willard.
He gonna be locked in.
But
Definitely gonna be locked in.
from a passing standpoint, that shit is magical, bro. Magical.
Willard still 7A?
No, that's 6A.
6A.
Hey,
6A.
somebody told me today at the gym they got Willard doing the repeat.
I can't argue it.
I can't
Okay.
argue with it.
Argue it.
I like Pebblebrook.
Really?
Yeah.
But Pebblebrook is 7A.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Who
So
else?
you like Purple? So you
Yeah.
like Pebblebrook in 7A
I like Pebblebrook.
already?
I like Pebblebrook because they got 3 or 4 seniors that are Division I kids. They know how to play. That play hard.
Yeah.
Hey, we seen talented teams not go far. But no, the pressure is on Washington.
I'm like,
He
he got
had some of them kids since they were freshmen.
But if you look at the talent that they have, the talent pool that they're playing against, I think it's also a little weaker than it has been in the past too.
I don't know how they play all of those guys. Like I'm looking at tell me who is gonna be okay. I'm gonna name off their kids on this roster, and you tell me who is okay with not playing. Aaron Reddish, he's definitely gonna play, right?
He's got to
Yep.
play.
He's got to be eligible first, don't he?
Ooh,
I mean, I'm just saying, like he got to move.
that's another conversation.
I mean,
Right.
DHSA has ruled some of these football dudes ineligible. So I'm just saying.
I hope they don't rule him ineligible because I mean, damn, he was at Willard last year and they didn't let him play. Like,
No, yes, they did.
Decent play.
did they let him play?
Oh, he was playing at the beginning. Do you research?
I mean, but so they made him sit out most of the season.
No, they did not. Just do your research.
Do
Okay.
your research.
Let me do my Googles. He wasn't on the floor. My understanding that it was GHSA. He was on the floor. I don't-
He was on that wood on that
Hey man, y'all wild, bro. I'm not.
I'm just
Okay.
saying, do your research, man. Like the man moved from out of state validly. That's not a GHSA problem.
Okay. I'm assuming that for Pebblebrook, he's gonna play. That
Have you seen him lately?
arguably could start.
Should.
Tyler Shirley is gonna play, right? Andre Young.
Happy birthday to Tyler Shirley as well.
Happy birthday, Tyler Shirley, for sure. Andre Young.
Keep going. Keep going.
Wow.
Don't stop. No. Don't stop at on each person. Just keep going.
Okay. Blake Hadley, Jamal Kleiss, Danny Stubbs,
Mhm.
Kamai Young, Jordan Daniels, Niall Hillman,
Bro, they got a good team, bro.
Israel Welton, Thomas Holmes, Jawan Simon, Xavier Bell. At the
I don't
end
know.
of their
I don't know all
roster,
those kids. I don't know all those kids, but they got the ones that I do know.
So basically, you saying it shouldn't be no drop off when they sub in.
there is no. I mean, not a lot. Like, I mean, Jawan Simon and Xavier Bell are 2 2023 kids that will probably start from most other programs. Now, I could see them deciding that it's worth it to stay in the program. I think it is worth it for them to stay in the program and continue to develop and have their turn as upperclassmen. But even if you take the 2023 kids off the list, which is Thomas Holmes, Jawan Simon, and Xavier Bell, if you take those kids off the list, you still got a battle between Now Hillman, Kamai Young, and Andre Young to play. And Israel Welton. I don't know who that. I'm not familiar with him, but those guys are still battling each other for minutes to get on the floor. Because I mean, Danny Stubbs is playing.
Stubbs ain't coming off the floor no time soon.
Stubbs not coming off the floor, nor should he.
No, he shouldn't.
But that's tight.
It'll be tough.
Guys got to accept a role, I think, is all I'm saying. And, to me, if you want to be a Pebblebrook guard, it's got to be worth it to you to be a part of that legacy. And knowing what even guys that have had to wait their turn and play, George has still done great things with those guys, even the guys that had to wait their turn and play. To me, it's worth it, but, the parents got to be on board, and the kid has to be on board with understanding that I may not play a lot.
That's tough for some people.
They got 10 7A hoopers. They do. They got a bunch of guys that, but they look better, though. They look like a team, man. I have faith that they're going to buy in because they look like they're having fun and they're competing hard together. They look like they're all bought into the process. Locke, this is y'all. You know more about this school than anybody, Locke. Why are you quiet, bro?
Locke usually predicts a state champion, and
yes.
I haven't went to any fall leagues. I've been doing camps every weekend.
Hey, but let Dutchtown pop up. Hey,
right.
But guess what? Guess when I seen Dutchtown at Huff's event in the summertime.
Man,
so I didn't watch any basketball, so y'all can't expect me to. I told you, only prediction I have is who's going to win 4A.
Hey, you see my glasses I got on?
Yeah.
You see I could have won the championship with my glasses off blind with that team.
Don't do that. You don't do that.
Hey, man, you can't discredit Jordan Griffin like that, man.
Can he? Hey, first year coach. Walk in there and win. I don't care. Well, like I said before, Bryce, you 60-40 anyway. Right now you ain't even coaching high school.
It ain't no 40 no more.
Yeah, 100-0.
Hey, is there anything for us to take away that programs that traditionally are well coached and good teams like Norcross and Langston Hughes have struggled a little bit in the league?
I know Norcross. I know he got some more players that ain't playing. He got to.
I mean, I just think that the toughest part right now is just
he has to
stop, Bryce.
If you seen what I seen, come on.
The toughest part again goes back.
I'm not lying. Like,
not lying.
The coach is not coaching them. What are they really running? So I don't know if that plays like I'm talking about Langston Hughes. Langston Hughes
gonna be straight. Langston Hughes gonna be straight.
We know what Roy does. Like he runs good stuff
for sure.
They got some pieces that came in, so like they're gonna be all right.
Man, this shit crazy with this high school basketball league transfer.
You got a new one for us?
I'm not finna drop it. I'm waiting for them to drop it.
Hey, Locke hold out on us and then
old
news in the group chat.
Yeah, that's how he do it. That's old.
Yeah. He hold out on us and then say old news in the group chat.
Because it's not my job to release it. Look, I told you when Bruce left his job.
What happened? What happened? What?
Hey, you keep saying that people gonna think you talking about somebody else.
I think somebody talking about somebody else, and I remember the last show. What I miss? Hold up, what? I had to read a text message that came across my desk.
Oh.
Hey, I don't take anything away from Norcross struggling or Langston Hughes struggling either. I think they're both gonna be fine.
Norcross, he gotta have at least one more player. I know he got playing.
For people that were in the gym more than me, was Kobe Davis playing AAU this summer?
No.
Okay.
I was happy to see a tweet from Kobe.
But first of all, first and foremost, he is overrated.
Who? Kobe Davis?
That's the kid from Langston?
Oh
Yeah. How is he overrated?
Come on, bro.
Oh, he's not. He
nice.
His name haven't even been mentioned for him to be overrated.
Nah, it was mentioned a while ago. He had offer in 9th grade.
Yeah, but that's the last thing we heard.
Shots. It was a lot of fanfare coming out.
Nah,
It was. Now he's bouncing back. He's bouncing back.
Bryce. There was a lot of noise early on.
Here's my thing. He had a lot of noise early on. He's a solid player. I'm not saying he's not good. He's a good basketball player, but the way that we're saying his name,
We never said his name on the podcast. Maybe 2 years ago. So how is he hyped up? The hype is gone. Now he's building it up.
Saying his name,
his name back out there.
Y'all just saying his name like he's like Kobe Davis.
He played well this past weekend.
He's a good. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but I'm just saying like let's not gas it up. Like
how's it gas? We mentioned him.
Right, he's been getting a lot of hype for a while.
How? You
Like,
okay?
Let's end it right here. You taking him? Or you taking your kid Ballard?
Well, that's different because Kobe. Come on, bro. Kobe's
I'm
like
asking you a question. It's just a question.
Hey, good question, huh? Because guess what? You went on and Chase had a great summer, but you talked about Chase for 30 minutes 2 shows ago. So it's like let this Kobe get his.
I didn't answer the question. Golly,
He asked you them 2 different players. In 2 different classes.
Exactly. So can I answer the question the best way that I possibly can?
All right.
I saw Kobe Davis last year because we played against him twice. I was not thoroughly impressed. He's solid. He's a solid player. Now, the one thing that he has over Chase, of course, is his size. From what I've seen over this summer and what I saw last high school year, Chase is better.
We didn't see Kobe this summer.
I am just saying. I saw him last school year. I've seen him recently. You telling me his game changed that much?
He's starting getting tweets from the fall league, so apparently he's doing something good.
I'm
He
not
didn't play
saying
AAU this summer.
he's not good. I'm just saying let's reel it in a little bit here. Why? What is he? What makes him so good, Locke?
Oh, this is what I said.
You asked me a question.
Look. I asked you a question. Buff asked you a question. I asked you a question.
I answered it.
This is my statement. We haven't heard Kobe's name in a while. Yes or no?
I'm asking you. No, we have not.
Okay.
I'm asking you.
Where's
Like,
the hype?
I've seen him play in real games. I'm asking you. Why do you think he is so good?
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't seen him. This is what I said.
Okay.
This is exactly what I just said. I was glad to see tweets on him.
Yeah, of course.
So that's what I'm saying. I haven't seen him. He asked did Kobe Davis play summer ball, AAU. No, he didn't. If he did, I didn't see him.
He's
so it's like I can't tell you how good he is.
He's a fundamentally sound, high IQ point guard that plays below the rim.
Okay, but you're judging him off high school. Things can change in AAU. You don't know. He had a whole summer
below the rim, though.
Okay, but
I think
all your point guards on your team played above the rim.
I'm just saying. I'm just giving you what he is. I'm talking about what he is. But you, no. Here's the thing, though. Yeah, they play below the rim.
I don't know how y'all feel about this, but I love this.
They play below the rim, but the way that you guys say is Kobe playing, has Kobe played? Like y'all been saying this since the kid been in 7th, 8th grade.
But we haven't said anything about him. You're saying that because you played him.
Summer. I'm not talking about this summer. I'm talking about prior. People was talking about this kid like he's that deal. And I seen him. I saw him.
Man.
I understand where you're coming from, Bryce.
He's good.
I'm not necessarily agreeing. I understand what Bryce.
But the way that you guys, the way that people like mention his name,
because we care about him, because what we've seen out of him, and we've seen the potential that he has.
That's all I'm asking.
And whenever I get a chance to watch him, I go watch him. So I guess I understand where Bryce is coming from. Anytime
he's not better than Kyle Jones.
Hey, only thing I'm gonna say,
Kyle Jones look good. By the way,
if one of Kobe,
Kyle Jones at Langston Hughes now, right?
Hey,
Kyle Jones at Langston Hughes now.
Yeah.
Dang. That's why you quit.
Oh.
Hey, we're not going there. Look, I understand where I understand where Bryce is coming from to a certain extent. Like, anytime I get a chance to watch Kobe Davis, I'm gonna go watch him.
Yeah, I'm not saying the kid is not good. You're not understanding what I'm saying. I'm just saying, what does he do that separates him from anybody else? I didn't necessarily see anything. He's a good player. He's solid.
Let me ask you this then. We're gonna have different opinions because you coached against them instead of us just watching him. So it's gonna be a different outlook of it because you're actually coached him 2 or 3 games. We never coached against them. I coached them. So it's like, of course, how you feel, like Dre said, you are right, maybe, because you coached him. We're just looking on the outside looking in, and it was like, okay, we haven't heard his name, but now he's playing well. He had the buzz. So of course now we know he can still maybe have game. Let's see how has he got better.
Hey,
fair enough.
Let me ask this, bro.
I'm not saying he can't play.
Let me tell you what's gonna be fun about this. He might end up coaching Kobe for the Georgia Canes next year. Watch that.
and the kids that play on the Georgia Canes, I tell them the same thing. You can't play.
Hey,
I don't know why you think you're so good,
Bryce.
You've
coached kids high level AAU, and you've coached high level high school basketball, right? Which games are harder to win? Is it harder to win at 17U, or is it harder to win in 7A?
He ain't coached in 7A.
He was
my bad. Westlake, my
bad.
My bad, Bruce. My bad, Bruce.
Hey, Bryce gonna come get you, dog.
Hey, we're gonna get to Brad Stevens. Hang in there.
It depends on the year, I think, because 7A when I was at Westlake was pretty tough.
What about high school period? Is it harder to win 17?
A lot of high school basketball is watered down. You can look at those highlights from the last weekend. Some teams are really good, some teams are not good. However, if you go play like Team Curry or Upward Stars or whoever you're playing, probably every one of those dudes is going to be good. There's not going to be there's not really a weakness on the floor. Where in high school, in some cases now, not all, but in some cases, there's going to be a player on the floor that is the weakest link that you can take advantage of. Maybe 2 or 3 of them, to be honest, because some high schools are based around or built around 3 really good players or 4 really good players, and the rest of them are just students. So
I ain't never heard that one. He said they're just students.
I mean, they're on the team, but they're not like, they may not be the same level as the 2 or 3 kids that they have that, you know what I mean? But I think, I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. But I do think it's very hard to win AAU 17U games.
Do AAU coaches get their just due as coaches?
Nah, I don't think so. So I mean, some of them probably do, but some of them don't. But it's hard to win a 17U AAU game, dude, because you got to think about it. Like, let's say I played the Georgia Stars. We played Georgia Stars a couple tournaments ago.
I gotta tell you what Kane said about us too.
They had like 8 Division I or 9 Division I kids.
Kane said he wants a rematch, but we can't play zone. He told us he said
he needs to bring his clipboard inside next time and draw something up for it.
Kane said we will play next Sunday, but we can't play zone.
Kane is my guy though, but I'm AAU season over with.
Hey Huff, so behind the scenes, I've heard things of high school coaches say certain things about AAU. What do you hear? Do you feel like AAU coaches get their respect as far as being able to coach the game?
Can Huff, before Huff answers this question, can I say one thing? I think there are a good amount of high school coaches that could not coach AAU basketball because you don't have that time to practice. Like I said, you're not used to playing a game when you have a game full of college basketball players, not a few. Like we're talking 10 college basketball players on the floor at one time. So you have to know how to coach high level basketball too. I think it's different.
You attend a lot of AAU. You're one of a few high school coaches, a handful, that attend a lot of AAU events just because you love the game. What's your thoughts on the split between AAU high school and coaching in those arenas?
I think coaching is coaching, man. I don't try to designate what level it is. Are there some differences? Like Bryce just said, yeah. Just like the difference on the high school time is like, and this is no disrespect to any, there's some AAU coaches that wouldn't know how to organize, being able to having to practice every day and multiple teams and all that kind of stuff. But on the flip side, like Bryce said, there's some people who wouldn't know how to. I only got 2 practices and I got to get ready to play. They don't know how to do that. Like, so it's just different. But being different doesn't mean it takes away from one to another. I think that the problem is that you have too many of one side or the other who don't respect the other one and don't pay enough attention and go to enough games to respect the coaching on the other level. So the high school coaches that are complaining about the AAU coaches, they can't coach. A lot of them haven't been at enough AAU. Haven't been in enough high level AAU games. Let me say that.
Yeah.
And on the flip side, some of those AAU guys maybe haven't been like, you can't compare going to see, like when Grayson was really good last year, or Wheeler, and they playing somebody that's not very good. You go watch that game, you're gonna be like, oh man, this is nothing. But if you go watch 2 quality high level teams, it's something totally different. I think we just gotta, a lot of times, man, the grassroots coaches sometimes are some of the best, man. Some of the stuff that we able to do at the high school and AAU level, like we don't get. I mean, AAU kind of gets to choose their team, but think about how many times we talk about
you don't get to choose
every week. Like, oh shoot, I got to go find somebody else, or I got to get somebody else. Or the high school coach that has to coach whatever's in his building. Like, we got to understand how tough that is, man.
Yeah, right.
And I do agree with this comment right here. Like, an AAU coach probably can go most of the season without a clipboard. If you don't have a clipboard in high school, you're probably gonna lose only because they game plan so much.
Timeouts and stuff. Yeah.
And then there's a question. I don't want to keep disregarding this question. I think the basketball process should be the same at every school. Like right now, everybody should have an opportunity. Like whether you're playing fall league, you're doing workouts, conditioning, whatever your school is allowing, they have that process till you get to the tryout process. And then your son or daughter has to produce. And if they didn't play last year, got to take somebody's spot or see the development. Like for my case, if I'm looking at a sophomore and a senior, unless that senior has been in my program since middle school or something, and they at the same level, I might be looking at that sophomore a little bit harder because I'm gonna look at that senior.
From my experience in coaching AAU, and I've seen high school too because I've coached high school, but just strictly speaking on AAU, there are a lot. I'm not gonna say a lot, but there are a handful of AAU coaches. I'd say probably 10 in the state that can coach at the next level, whether we're talking about varsity or college.
You said AAU or you said high school coaches?
I'm saying AAU coaches.
Okay, Marcus.
There's a handful of them that can. This man over here, come on, man.
Hey, like setting up the net. Never mind.
You gotta stay muted, Lock. You know, watch out out there, boy.
Hey, Huck got caught up last time. Hey, I want a podcast.
Yeah, Lock, you missed that one. I got caught up last time. You gotta watch that now.
What? Ho?
Yeah, he got caught. Phone was on speakerphone, all that. But anyway, there's some high-level AAU coaches, man. And it's a difference because from what I've seen and learned, AAU coaches don't always have to have certifications. They don't have to have this. You can just show up and coach. Now, what that means is you learn some tactics about the game and coaching that you may not get if you were just a school coach. There's ways that you can prepare kids that an AAU coach has done or that he can do to prepare his team that high school coaches wouldn't do because that's just not they haven't seen it before.
This is a good comments right here. High school is about building a program. AAU is about building a team.
I definitely agree with that. I think that might be the best thing I've seen all day.
It's a good comment. Smart.
So this is what I have to say. And I just seen this from watching a ton of high school games. I think some high school coaches can't coach high-level players.
Yeah.
Or don't know how to coach high-level players.
There's a difference in being able to coach a high-level player. I think until you get put in that position, you don't understand it. Sometimes.
It's tough. It's not easy. And I think you have to know how to communicate with them. And sometimes you got to let them play.
Yeah.
Well, there's a way you have to let them play. Like, you just can't let them do what they want to do.
Right.
But you have to understand. Like, you remember when Mondre showed us that shot, forgot from the dude from the Brooklyn Nets. Like, if you coaching a dude, he may take a bad shot. So you've got to teach him good and bad shots, but you got to teach him if he takes that bad shot. I don't mean like 5 in a row and nobody touched the ball. I mean, one, is he coming back and playing defense? What's his energy level? You know what I'm saying? Like, does he understand, all right, I was hot right then, or, you know, I took that shot, all right, I can't come down and take that no more. That's tough.
Yeah.
One thing I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna say this, and I'll use never mind, I'm not using that example, but I'm gonna say this. What I've seen, I feel like the AAU coach understands the big picture, and because there's another game today in a couple hours.
Yeah,
they don't get caught up in this game more than they do the big picture. And I think many more high school coaches get caught up in this game in November or December, forgetting that that's not what you're building for anyway.
Yeah, but
you are
high school coaches to win the state championship.
Right. And there are things that you may have to do along the way that may cost you in November and December. But you're doing it because eventually the thing that you're building into that person is going to help you in February or March. I think AAU coaches, because the offer is always at a distance, and we know that that's what they're measured off of, don't get caught up in the win-loss record as much as what the end result is.
There ain't too many programs firing you if you're taking a losing record in the summertime, Bryce.
That's not true. You can get fired if you're losing. True.
Oh, you can, but think about how many teams we seen that they steady lose every summer. It's always the same coach.
Who can you give us an example?
I'm not saying I'm not doing that.
Don't fall for a lot.
I'm not doing that.
Hey, I ain't seen a team that lost every summer.
No, it's team. Well, you're not at the tournament the entire day like I am. So I seen teams every year. It's like we already know you ain't got squad.
But here's the thing though, and that's a good point. I think the first year I lost more games than I won because I didn't know how to coach older kids. I didn't. I was used to coaching 8th graders and 9th graders, and I was used to raising my voice and this is it. It's different. And then, of course, you have to have talent. And I had talent then, but I didn't know how to coach them. I didn't know how to get them to work together. I didn't get them to know how to make the extra pass, and so on and so forth.
So you had a process to becoming a coach, regardless of what level it was, AAU or high school. I think a lot of times we don't understand it. It's a process. Like there's not a lot of Jordan Griffins who get the opportunity to coach talent, but also take that talent and win a championship in their first year. The benefit he had is that he did coach college before though.
Yeah. So he knew how to manage attitude.
Right. He might had to learn the organizational stuff, paperwork on the fly, but he knew how to manage attitude. He knew how to manage personalities, talented personalities, So
I look at it like this too. With AAU, like you say, a lot of time you always coaching talent on the most of the teams. With your high school, you may have in 2-3 years maybe 1 or 2 kids to actually go to college
or Division
to
I
play basketball.
Right.
So it's like, but then at one time, so one for every year, you used to having 5'10" to 6'1" guards. That's your entire team. Then one day, this 6'5" guard or 6'6" wing just show up. You're not used to coaching that, so you're not gonna know how to coach that, especially if he's a top 10, top 100 kid, whatever. You're not gonna know how to coach that.
I think that's why in coaching you gotta build authentic relationships with people, whether it's college coaches, people who have coached those dudes, and you gotta talk to those people because there's stuff that you put in your, I call it your goodie bag or your mailbox that you might not be using for 5 years, but it's there like in case you need it. Like, okay, like let me bring this out. Somebody told me this, but that means you gotta write stuff down or however you put your notes in your phone, whatever you gotta do. Like I go back and look at stuff and I go, oh, that was something good right there. And I ain't even talking about plays. I mean, like it could be just a statement or something what somebody did. Like for instance, if y'all know how many years I've been coaching, but to watch that on Netflix, the playbook,
I gotta go back and watch it.
Man, that thing was gold. And I'm not even a Doc Rivers fan, but what his segment or episode on there was straight gold. Straight gold, some of the stuff he did.
Locke, when Locke started coaching this summer with us, he came on. We like one of our first games was Aim High, and this is gonna lead me to my point also. We played Aim High, and they were just bigger than us. They were just physical. They were smacking us around. We down probably 20-8. I don't know. And Locke's like, chill. We gonna come back. They made that run. We gonna make our run.
We'll make our run,
right? So we make our run, and we come back and win. The difference when you're coaching like older kids at 17, you age 2, is a lot of it. The coaching is the last 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
Like if your team, both teams are going to be athletic. They're both going to be skilled. They're both going to be able to run and jump. But the coaching, a lot of it comes down to like that last 5 minutes and in the end of the first half. A lot of it. So that's the other thing. Like I spent a lot of time that first year yelling and trying to get Marcus Foster to take this shot to do that. And really, if I go back and look at it, I might have let him do, you know what I'm saying? But when I want to win that game at under 5 minutes, that's when we got to start calling these plays and running stuff or whatever the case may be.
Especially if you're a team that doesn't practice a lot.
Yeah.
And you got kids coming from all over the state.
Coming from all over. Mm-hmm.
And y'all just get one practice in that Friday. And so that's why, that's why like you say, that's why Kane got mad at us. I felt like because he ain't had nothing to run in our zone.
But the thing is, we had to run zone because we had maybe two people that were 6'7", maybe I think only one, honestly. The rest of them were 6'6" and below. And he had, 6'10" and so on and so forth. So we had to.
Here's what I'll say, and I'll end with this. One of the best things I did, and it wasn't high level AAU, was go coach AAU for a spring and summer.
To my last,
what team, Huff?
I just did elite hoops. It was 9th grade.
he did it last year.
We won a couple of tournaments, but we also
I watched it.
Yeah, we also got our butt beat a couple of tournaments. But
How was the experience?
to me it was good, but it's different. And as a high school coach, learning how to, I got to play a game on Friday, maybe 2 or 3 on Saturday, and if I win on Sunday, I got to play again. That's different. And we got 2 practices a week. May not have everybody there. You may have everybody there. So your out of bounds stuff, one kid may not know it.
Right.
And so you got to draw it up on the sideline and say, you go here.
Yeah.
So just the flip side of that. So then as an AAU coach, even if you can't be on a high school staff, maybe you got to see, can you go watch practices and because the organization is different. You know what I'm saying? So I think
that's
put yourself in both people's shoes.
That's a good point, because like in AAU, I have the most basic plays.
Yeah.
The most basic. So if I got to plug somebody in real quick, I can really teach them the plays in 5 minutes and it'll work. At high school, I've seen notes and notes and notes of plays because you have to have something for every situation in high school because you have so much time to prepare.
Like that, I got stuff. We start to practice October 26th. So I got stuff that, all right, by November 12th, I got to have this. By December, this needs to be in. By January, this needs to be in. Like, you can't do that, AAU. Can we run this one play right here? Can we run this one play?
And Huff, because you were planning, you had like 3 or 4, maybe 5 games in one weekend. A lot of times what people don't realize too is, let's say I'm playing Friday night or Saturday and I'm up by 20, or maybe I'm up by 12.
Let's rest these legs.
I gotta sit these people down and get them for the next one.
Yeah.
Well, really, you're playing part of AAU, especially that age group. You're playing for championships. You're playing a whole chess match because you're okay, let me sit this kid down. I see he getting tired. Let me wait. Let me hold him out. One kid will be hurt. He may not play at all. So it's a lot that goes into AAU that you don't have to worry about for high school. High school, you just, if you got your kids, you can let them go.
Yep.
They got one game a night.
The only time you're worrying about it is maybe if you play Friday and then you got to play Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I hate playing on Friday for AAU.
Yeah, Friday's the worst.
And the worst part about AAU on Friday is that I don't care what time did you tell them to be there. Atlanta traffic is a beast.
Yeah, it's gonna get you.
If you don't have somebody, they ain't gonna make it on time.
It's gonna get you.
Give us the 9 o'clock Friday.
But see, my thing, like, even with the 9 o'clock Friday, the reason why I hate Friday is because I know you're gonna give me an early game on Saturday.
Yeah.
Never failed. I never
You ain't got no juice in the game yet.
Hey, it ain't, and it's really nobody at those Friday games either. They're not really jumping like them Saturday.
I remember one time having to get to Denmark, I think, or somewhere in Fort Lauderdale by 6 p.m.
Not gonna happen.
Like, who is doing it?
Yeah,
It's over with. It's over with. Hey Bryce, you want to talk your shit about the Lakers?
As I said when we were in the studio, Dwight Howard was going to have a season. Dwight Howard is having a season. He's healthy.
He's a piece, man. Don't act like he's like a superstar.
You look like a fortune. You look like a fortune teller, though, Bryce. He's playing.
Dwight Howard is almost looking like Orlando.
No, he's not. Don't you ever sit here and compare. He was an MVP in Orlando. That man
Dwight Howard looking good, bro.
He looks
great. He's
Dwight
playing
Howard is looking damn good, huh?
He's playing his role. I'm not saying he hasn't looked good. He's playing his role to look good.
Yeah, he's
Hey,
playing his role, but the dude is catching lobs. He's catching putbacks.
7-7.
He's defending the best big on the
7-7.
floor.
Don't act like he's the MVP of the team.
I'm not saying MVP. I'm just saying he's looking really.
But what you said, he looks like Orlando, like how? That's
Hey, Huff.
that's
He's
like,
his defense on Jokic has been phenomenal.
that was good. I'm not taking that away, but don't compare him to the White of Orlando. That's
And
my,
somewhere down the line, Huff and Dwight was in the club.
Hey, that's some good.
the White was the GM and did one of his camps. I don't have any problem with the Dwight.
Hey, he looking
The
good.
White is a Hall of Fame player.
He looking good, Huff.
But
Looks great.
He looking good, Huff.
I didn't say he didn't look
He
good.
looking good.
Orlando Dwight.
Listen, thank goodness we have him because Jabal McGee cannot move those puppies. Because when they put him in, he is getting torched. I almost feel bad.
Well, if they play the Heat, neither one of them gonna be able to get on the floor. So
It's fine. It's a different matchup. But I mean, Dwight Howard is looking good. Seen them put
Danny Green is not looking good. Or
Hey.
Kyle Kuzma.
I got a good question while we on the NBA. Is this rookie class can be as good as the 96 class or the 03
You talking
draft
about,
class
the November draft?
with Tyler Hero, John Morant, you got Zion.
Too early.
No.
It's a good conversation.
96 is AI, right? Ray Allen?
Yeah.
No.
It's early, but
Early.
I would agree. It's early, but that's hard.
Who was in there? Who was that? 96
I
was,
don't want to hear no talk.
Huff deserves better.
who was in 96? 96 was AI, Ray Allen, Garnett, right?
Kobe,
You could have stopped right there with those three. You could have stopped with
Kobe,
them right there. Yeah.
Steve Nash.
Talking
Vince
about all
Carter,
three.
right?
Yeah, let's not compare.
Yeah.
Although
that's-
John Morant is gonna make a run at it.
John
Hey,
Morant good.
He's gonna make a run at it, bro.
Tyler Hero
Happen.
making noise in the playoffs.
1 year. Let it
Mm-mm.
Hey, you got about Kendrick Nunn.
As much as speaking of Paul Pierce, though, as much as Paul Pierce in that class, as much as he hates on LeBron, I do gotta give him some credit though, because he went through some 50 Cent stuff and came back and got it done.
we got that.
He's
Yeah.
such a hater though. Why
He's
is
a hater.
he
But he's a hater.
like that, dog?
He's a hater.
He do
Hey.
behind.
The year 17 king, dog. 38, 16, and 10.
Yeah, I think we gassing Tyler. No, we're not gassing.
He averaged 16 as a
No.
rookie.
No, he's good. No, he's phenomenal. But comparing to 96, I
That's
can't.
what I said. No, that's
Hey,
not fair.
I do agree with that. Relax.
Hey,
Relax. He's a rookie though.
No,
But
he's
he
nice.
didn't average that as a rookie.
He's nice.
Hey, 38, 16, and 10. Are we gonna talk about this? Or are we just gonna let that glaze over because he's always that good?
He's always that good. What else?
He's always that good.
At least somebody said it. Okay, cool.
Like, what you want, a pat on the back or something?
No, but I mean, at some point, the greatness is gonna leave the building at some point.
Okay,
And we're gonna be looking around.
It
to
goes
see
like
who's
this.
gonna-
It goes like this.
Slack.
Right, yeah.
You're right, but it goes like this. When you're that good, nobody's gonna give you the credit when you're playing. Michael didn't win all the MVPs when he was playing.
True. Are we enjoying it though? Are we enjoying it as much as we enjoyed Michael?
I don't know if we enjoyed it then because there were people who didn't like Mike then. They just like him now. Let's be real now.
That's true.
Let's be real.
That's true. Mike has some haters too. That's
So,
true.
like, even when people talk about, oh man, LeBron is complaining about these fouls, he probably does get fouled every time. Just like Shaq probably got fouled every time. He was close. It is what it is.
LeBron, when it's all said and done, is going to be the best of all time.
Hey, does anybody look at Anthony Davis any differently?
Nah, he tough. He's what
I
he,
mean,
he's what I thought he was.
He would get hurt all the time when it counted.
Mhm.
Finish the deal. All I gotta say about is finish the deal.
I mean, he hit a game winner. He took shots.
If you don't finish the deal, what does this mean?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you how crazy it is that they are in the finals. Not only are they in the finals, they're in the finals in the West, and they did it in 15 games. That's crazy. And KCP is playing like trash.
Doesn't matter.
Cal Kuzma is playing like trash.
Whoa. KCP playing pretty good, man.
And he's having some good moments.
KCP, he playing solid. Damn, what you want me to?
He's playing solid. Dre.
Damn,
Yeah.
bro. You
Alright.
sound like Huff. You sound like Huff now.
All right. Hey, man, if that's solid, cool.
Wait
I
a
don't
minute,
want no
right?
problem. I ain't got no problem. I don't want no
Yo,
problem.
KCP been hooping. The only person that has not been playing well on the Lakers is JaVale McGee, J.R. Smith because he don't play, and Deion Waiters. Kuzma been solid. Kuzma been solid.
He's not playing well though.
Yeah, he's playing. He's playing as good as he can play.
He's playing better than Kuzma right now.
Kuzma is playing as well as he can play.
With the guy.
Better than B2K.
Kuzma is playing his role. He's playing as well as he possibly can play. You're not gonna
No,
get. You're not gonna get more than that.
no, because he was supposed to be the third guy. They was looking for Kuzma to be the third guy.
Hey, you know who's the third guy? You know who's the third guy?
Rondo.
Yeah,
Rondo.
third guy.
Rondo's the third guy. Cal Kuzma was supposed to be the third
He
guy.
was supposed to be the third guy.
Yeah,
Rondo
he's supposed to be there. I mean,
Hey, man. Come on, man. Hey, man. I know you like to be 2K kid players, but
nah. I'm just
he had 8 points last game.
That's as good as he's gonna give you. That's my point.
No, it's not. Not when you're supposed to be the third guy.
If that's as good as you're gonna get you, then you ain't.
How many games have you seen Kuzma go off consistently for 20 plus?
Hey, I know LeBron is thinking, damn, I got rid of Brandon Ingram.
That's the same thing I was just thinking. I was like,
Oh shit, I should have kept Ingram.
But that wouldn't have worked. That wouldn't have fit.
it wouldn't have fit. It wouldn't have fit.
It wouldn't
though.
have worked.
Right, but he's still thinking it.
Of course, but I don't think it would have worked. I don't think it would have worked.
Whew.
Put it on the camera, lock. Slide the camera over a little bit.
God dang, man.
I already know. I already know what she look like.
Come on,
Hey, I
Bruce.
can't. Hey, Locke. So I can't even ask you the questions that I wanted to ask you closing the show.
No, you can ask me anything. What? Ain't
okay.
nothing. Ain't this lost way.
Hey, we're gonna finish this NBA first, then I'm gonna ask you. I think Bryce had the quote of the night though on Thursday night when I asked him this question.
You got to show that picture before we get out of here. I want to see what these dudes say.
For sure. Yeah,
What did I say? What was the quote I said?
yeah. Kuz was trying to go back and forth with Michael Porter Jr. and I don't know about Kuzma. Those guys make me nervous when it comes to the Lakers winning the championship. KCP feeling like that at the end of the day, it's going to come down to KCP, Kuzma, Caruso,
Danny Green.
You guys are
Danny
also.
Green. They make me
you guys
nervous.
are
All of
also.
them. They make me nervous.
But you're also riding a little bit of the Miami bandwagon right now because you're a little confident on them. They're good, but come on now, bro. They're not the favorite.
No, I don't think they're the favorite, Bryce. Let me say this.
Who's
But-
the
Game.
But
favorite?
I will say this.
Who?
To me, you're gonna need one or two things to happen. Anthony Davis is gonna have to be a little more physical and rebound better, or the rest of those guys are gonna have to play a little better. And I'm not necessarily as confident on either of those two things happening.
Let's look at the offensive end of the game. There's nothing that they can do with Anthony Davis. There's nothing they can do with LeBron. There's nothing that they can do with it. Let's just come on now.
That's true. But
And they keep throwing our role players that have been playing their role and playing solid.
they just have to make some shots. Like Danny Green has to make a shot. Stop pump faking.
But you guys, but you're acting like they didn't make any shots the whole series. KCP made shots. Danny Green, as much as I don't really care for him, he still made shots.
Did he make shots? What is his?
Yes,
What is Danny
he
Green?
made them win.
Playoffs?
I don't know about that.
Shit, bro. I don't know that he made
Go back and watch the last game, bro. Under 3 minutes, Danny Green made a 3 at the top of the key.
So we're talking about one shot.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm not saying. I mean, they made a couple shots here and there.
Right. Here's what I'm gonna tell you. If they play the Heat, they better find some zone.
Hey, that 3 that you talking about, Bryce, that's his only bucket of the game.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Danny Green has been horrible.
Okay,
He played 21 minutes and had 3 points.
Hey, Bryce, you talking about your glass? You need to take them motherfuckers off.
Danny Green,
He got the role color glasses on. He got the glasses on for the Lakers.
They role players.
Yeah, take out the Lakers goggles.
Y'all expecting them to get to you expecting Danny Green to have 17 points. Like, come on, bro. We know
we're not expecting that. But what is his job? What is his job, Bryce?
to hit shots. So it's
He hit one shot.
He
He hit
did.
one shot.
okay, but the other day, maybe it wasn't his day. KCP was hitting
He ain't
shots.
getting his day all playoffs. He ain't
So
made,
who else was scoring the last game? Who else
He's been
scored?
bad. Bryce,
Who
he's
else
been
scored?
bad.
he's been bad, Bryce. Just admit it.
He's been bad.
I'm not a fan of his, but I'm just saying when we need a 3, sometimes he does make them.
In the
I'm not-
regular-
Hey, Bryce, sometimes I make them too.
Huh?
Sometimes I make them too. But I'm not a Laker.
I'm just saying when we need a bucket, when we need a 3 sometimes, KCP hits, he been hitting sometimes. When we need a 3 sometimes, then sometimes he makes it.
I think I trust Locke in the corner.
Sometimes-
more than I trust Danny Green in the corner.
Hey,
I think Danny Green is not the backboard of the
I
playoffs.
ain't gonna
I
need
think
you.
Danny
Man.
Green is not the
Don't
backboard.
disrespect that man like that. You don't want me in the corner. Don't disrespect
nah,
that.
you don't want him in the corner.
Yes, he should be averaging 9 a game.
But he's not.
He's not.
Okay, fair enough.
If the brainchild Brad Stevens get to the finals, he gonna win it with his genius X's and O's. No, he's not. He's not getting to the finals.
He
Hey,
tried you. He tried you.
bye Boston.
Hey,
See
here's
y'all
the
later.
thing. They're gonna win tonight.
No, they're not.
I hope they do though.
No,
Right.
Boston won game 5, and that was a wrap. Have a nice one.
I think they're gonna win tonight. I have a feeling. I
I
think
hope they do. I
They
hope
may
they win
win
tonight.
game 7. They may not win the last game, but I think they might win tonight, bro. They're not gonna go
Right.
out like that.
Why you think they're gonna win tonight, Bryce? And I'll tell you why I hope they win.
I think that the same reason they won last game. I think they're gonna have that sense of urgency and they're gonna play harder. I think the white guy? He's been playing pretty solid. The one from Butler.
Hey, hey, so there's a running joke that he has a porn mustache in my house.
Who?
Gordon Hayward, that he has a
Well, you
7
crazy.
mustache.
Hey, the running joke used to be the dude, Danny Casper, who got fired at Texas State, that he looked like a never mind, keep going.
Look like a 70s porn star. Gordon Hayward definitely does. Chicka wick out, bro. Chicka dope, chicka
I
dope.
think they're gonna win. But I don't think it's off his extra nose. I think it's off of their energy and effort.
I just hope that and I'm be honest, selfishly, I just want this to go 7 games so Anthony Davis' ankle has a little more time to heal.
Here we go.
Every time he falls, he grabs a body part.
How many
You know what?
Grabs his shoulder,
Hey.
he grabs his wrist. Every time he falls down, like he
Hey.
grabs something.
You know what? Those Kobe's, as much as people say that you got to play in high tops, those Kobe's are some good basketball shoes.
They are.
They tear Anthony Davis's ankles up.
Well, that's because he's 7 foot and he's just big. But they're good to play in though.
Every time he falls down, I'm terrified.
Yeah, true. He's gonna be all right though. This is it. He's not used to playing in the playoffs.
That's true. It's a long season for him.
A longer game, longer season.
Hey, let's do this. One's got to go.
Which one's got to go?
Society,
Which one's got to go?
Minister Society, Boys in the Hood, Juice, New Jack City, one's got to go. Who you eliminating?
New Jack City.
Hey, Huff, they might be too young for New Jack City, dog. They might
Nah,
not.
Come on, man.
They might not know.
Right? Nah, New Jack City is not going nowhere.
Exactly. It's not going, and neither is Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood is not going nowhere. It's between the two on the left. I'm probably going to go. I wasn't a big fan of Menace to Society.
See, I wasn't either.
I didn't really like it. I don't like it too much.
Y'all smoking Doja.
See, I think Juice got to go.
Nah.
Compared to them three,
Yeah, I like Menace to Society too.
How you going to let? How you going Tupac
Juice
in
is
it?
classic, bro. Juice
Tupac in it, though.
classic.
Like
Nah.
them three are more classic than Juice.
Who?
Those three movies are more classic than Juice.
I don't know because all of them get played on BET
Right. all day long.
all day long. So
This
we
the
can't.
thing
I
that
can't
y'all-
say that one though.
This the thing that y'all missing to me too, is that sometimes when you can't break the tie, the soundtrack has to come into play. And
Juice.
Society
Menace
got
to
a
Society
better soundtrack.
Menace to Society soundtrack better than
Straight up Menace with MC8 chill. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like Menace to Society got the best soundtrack, dog.
The old guys versus the young guys.
Right. Like we're on the same page
So,
now.
all right. So different era, different time era.
Uncle Drew, appreciate it. I'm just happy that y'all know. Y'all made me proud. Y'all know what y'all watch New Jack City. I'm proud, man.
Bro, New Jack City is a classic. Come on now.
Facts.
You ever talk to a girl before and she been like, yeah, I never seen Martin. How the hell you ain't seen Martin?
Oh,
I ain't never heard nobody say they ain't never seen Martin.
I have.
I've heard
What
that
year was
before.
she born?
I have.
I have
They
heard
tell,
that.
I heard Jamie Foxx.
Like, how you never seen Martin? What kind of you can't come to cookout no more.
Now I done heard girls say they haven't seen movies. Like, even though I was still surprised, I was like, "What?"
You haven't seen Martin?
No, I had a girl who said she never seen Friday,
I have never seen Friday either.
and it was like
I was just stood there looking like, "What? Huh?"
I'm like, it's a code. It's a code that certain movies you have to watch. Anybody, you have to watch that movie. Andre, what was said on the last show?
Yeah, what was the line? I forgot.
You ever went up to talk to a girl and she was kind of musty?
Nah.
You ever been in the club and you go up to talk to a girl and she smell like outside a little bit?
I mean, that was a question for Locke. That was another question for me.
And do you judge her immediately if she's musty when you talk to her, bro?
Locke don't judge
Off
nobody.
the real. Off the real. Off the bat.
Do you call the number?
I don't get the number. I don't even go that far.
I mean, you already went up to have the conversation, so you just don't.
Oh, I'll walk off on a female quick. Like if back in my day when I ain't have enough money to buy drinks, if you ask me to buy you a drink, I would walk you up to the bar and turn around and walk off.
Mm.
When I didn't have enough money to buy drinks. Okay.
Yeah, like
Hey,
Man,
you know what?
it's so much stuff that's popping in my head.
I know.
But yeah, I don't even. No, they just throw up the whole vibe.
Lock car windows all foggy and everything.
They just throw away.
Yeah, my pH balance is sensitive, dog. You can't be.
The crazy thing is, Locke actually probably has experienced this before.
I feel like he has.
Because he's telling you, like, man, that just throws it all off. I couldn't even give you an example of that.
Even the breath, I'm gonna tell you, some of the finest chicks' breath be stinky.
Hey, bro, that it's the hummus and all that other kind of crazy shit. Like, you think all that extra vegan shit that you be eating is a good idea? It's not, bro. You don't have to brush a couple extra times because That fake bacon smell like wet cardboard. Like, it's not good, bro. That's just terrible.
Wow.
It's bad. Like I'm seeing some tough chicks with some stinking breath. But you know it's getting bad now because of the
Sometimes
mask.
breath get hot. You know what I'm saying?
Wash your mask. Wash your mask. That's what we need to talk about.
I still wear the nurse's mask. I keep a ton of them in my truck. I'm in my
Throw
car.
away. Oh, yeah, throw away.
But let me tell you what's bad now, because you don't see the girl's entire face when they have a mask on, and she take that mug off, and you feel like you just got a catfish, and you don't.
So, Lot, what you're saying is not the same when you go to the Publix anymore or the Kroger.
Nah, hey, you don't know. It's like 50-50. It's like 50. You see the hair, you see everything. Now you're like, oh, okay. You like, man, take off the mask. You're like, damn, I gotta keep talking.
Hey, I might take my mask if I see somebody look kind of cute. I might take my mask off just so they can see my whole face though, because you know sometimes they be choosing on the beard and shit.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Oh,
Man, when they take theirs and you like, oh man, she got me. She got me.
She got me.
Hey, she got me.
Oh man. So which
Yeah,
one?
eyelashes, she doing all that drinking. Huh?
Which one do you walk away from faster? Musty, bad breath,
Oh,
or the catfish?
the musty and the breath. The catfish you kind of deal with because you already, walked over. It's the reason why you walked over there. So she took off the mask. It's what insides counts. It's what's inside. Beauty is only skin deep.
Hey, is this true? You're not supposed to be talking to new females during a pandemic? Is this a recycle period?
You gotta go
Hey,
DMs, yeah.
Hey,
I can
the city should. If this was the case, the city shouldn't have opened up. That's all I'm saying.
You'll be interacting with a whole bunch of new women right now, though.
Because I went to Charlotte, still closed down. I came back home, wide open.
So that's all the way wide open in Florida. No restriction. No mask required.
But
Leading the country in deaths. Good job, Florida.
Hey,
I
went to Linux yesterday to get something, and I seen a whole bunch of like people in there. You got the dudes that be too cool. They don't want to wear the mask. I'm like, man, you gotta be an idiot to walk around at Linux Mall, all these people, and don't got a mask on. Everybody else wearing the mask.
They were making you wear it when you went in there.
Bro, I seen plenty of people without masks on in there. Now, most of the people had them on, but you got your cool dude who trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, what you trying to look cool for? Put your mask on.
Yeah, I don't go to Linux, so
I had to go. I had to go to the store. But yeah, I got out of there quick. It was Linux. Linux looked like Greenbrier.
Linux looked like Greenbrier. Whoa.
ooh, I stick to my TJ Maxx, my Ross.
I think the best time to go to Linux is like a weekday. Can't go on Saturday no more.
Yeah, if you're going to Linux, you got to go on a weekday. Before 6.
You all right, Bruce?
What happens after 6?
We don't see the video.
After 6, you can get wild. You get wilder, Drake. Get wilder,
I'm in the house. I don't know.
I'm saying before pandemic. That was the rule before the pandemic. So.
Oh, okay. I'm in the house.
And just Linux wasn't my style anyway.
If you out without a mask, you're a terrorist. You're
a terrorist?
If you're out without a mask, you're a terrorist. That's hilarious. We're getting close to voting time, man. Everybody, we're like 30 days away. Everybody, make sure you go vote.
Mm-hmm.
Very important. Participate, man.
Man, pay attention to what's going on. That's my PSA announcement to everybody. Pay attention to the words, the dialogue, the things that are happening right before this election. Pay attention. Pay attention.
One thing that I am gonna say is this. I feel like my entire life that people have built up elections to say this one is the most important election of our lifetime, and
This one is important.
is the most. I think they're all important.
They all, but this one is.
Nah,
I
this
don't think so.
this is the one we've ever had.
This is the.
I don't think so.
I didn't grow up in the 1960s. I didn't grow up in the civil rights movement. But I know since I've been alive, this is the most divisive president. And I don't care what political party that you're on. But this is the most divisive that this country has ever been. For somebody to say, regardless of who you're going to vote for, that if I lose the election, I can't tell you everything going to be all right. That there won't be any violence. Come on, man. Let's be real, man. I'm not.
I'm being very real. I'm being very real, and I'm being very honest. I agree with Uncle Drew. I think each election is the most important one because it's the one that's happening right now.
Correct.
But I also believe that I can only speak from my experience as being Black in America. We, as a community, have survived decades of horrible presidents. We've survived all of them. And I can't necessarily speak to the one that we had that actually really rocked with us because our neighborhoods have suffered regardless. So it's another 4 years. Black people will survive it no matter what, but we should go vote and participate. We absolutely should.
Yeah,
I think other people are starting
to survive it. I'm just saying, again, the most divisive this country, at least in my lifetime, has been.
For sure. Other people are starting to be impacted by stuff. Other people are actually starting to care about what happens to us and being active, and I appreciate that.
I honestly think, I don't wish that it had been a pandemic, but I think because there was a pandemic, all the stuff that has been going on allowed people to see what we have seen as African Americans for years.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. Rodney King got beat up on TV by police a long time ago. And we've had a lot of presidents since then. We're still talking about the same stuff.
Yep.
They lied on the police report then.
They're lying now.
There were no body cameras, remember? Breonna Taylor. Now there's body cam footage.
Oh, gosh.
Thought they weren't on.
Crazy.
Now we got the guy that we're supposed to believe opened up fire on police intentionally after they announced that they were police, saying, "What did I do? Tell me what I did wrong. What did I do wrong?" I don't think somebody that intentionally opens up fire on police would say that, but he's on camera, the body cam footage that wasn't supposed to exist, saying, "What did I do wrong?" Sounds like somebody lying to me. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone.
We can have a whole show on that by itself now.
Yeah, well, and I don't want to drag y'all into some stuff, but I have specific things to say to the Louisville Metro Police Department just based off my own personal experience. A giant to that entire department. From me personally to you. These opinions are my opinions that do not reflect the opinions of SUV TV
or anyone else on the show.
or anyone else on this show. But a giant FU to the Louisville Metro Police Department. I have hated you my entire life. But Huff, you gonna be okay?
I mean,
When's the Hawks' next game?
The
Hawks in the bubble. Do you get to watch the Hawks practice in the bubble?
What are you, man? Be quiet, man.
Hey, I feel like you're the greatest Atlanta fan I know, bro. So I gotta make sure.
Did the Falcons just lose again today?
Hey, man, let's.
They're gonna come back again.
let's end the show.
They keep blowing leads.
Hey, man.
That's tough.
Before we get out, though, I do want to send some prayers and shout outs, man. A young man for Pace got hurt pretty bad in football. Some brain trauma. Jordan Stone, he plays basketball too. So prayers to the family, to the Pace community about what's going on with the young man. You never want to see anything like that go down. So anybody listening, just reach out to, send some prayers up. Maybe reach out to somebody that you know at Pace about that. And congrats to Jayshon Holt. I know we talked about Ian. We talked about Ian Shefflin, and we talked about
Alabama.
Al Kelly, but Jayshon Holt committed to Alabama today.
Yeah, congrats to Jayshon Holt, his family. Congrats to Alabama and their staff.
Somebody said this is the first time somebody's come in to Georgia and beat Jonas Hayes for a kid.
I seen that tweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but congrats, man. Congrats to that staff.
I think he'll be a good fit at Alabama.
They play loose. He can get, he defends. He's long, so
He can shoot.
Yep.
They like to shoot threes. They like to shoot a lot of threes.
Yeah. Then that's a good fit.
Coach Oates would do a great job with him, I think.
What you think Jelly Fam gonna do? Javon Quinterly.
I'm interested.
Yeah.
Is that where he is now? Quinterly's at Alabama?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He sat out last year. He transferred. He sat out a year from Villanova. He's eligible. He's
he did. You're right. He did. Because Coach Oates did say, yeah.
He was in Villanova, didn't play because he don't play that kind of basketball. Got out of there. I think he's gonna start.
Okay.
We'll see.
Good deal.
Out. Yeah.
Hey, that's our show tonight. Definitely prayers to the Pace family. Congrats to everybody that's committed. Miles Kelly, Jayshon Holt. A couple more commitments that we waiting for. Hey, Garrison Powell, we all eyes on you, big dog. We waiting. We waiting, Garrison. We want to see where you're going. The rest of the 2021 class, Madison Durr, we waiting on you.
Rice.
Miles Rice, rest of the 21
Ari
class.
Smith.
Yep.
Yeah,
Caleb
a lot of them still out there. A lot of them still out there.
Yep.
How many 2021 kids have gone D1 so far? About 50, 40?
I don't know if that's a lot.
It's a lot.
Out there just committed. We had what D2?
Hey, the D2
committed to Alabama.
High School has been racking up now. They've been doing a damn good job.
They have.
But I think you better. To me, that's a perfect example, especially during this time of understanding where you need to go, where you can be successful. Like too many times we only think about D1 and only think that's where we got to go. And it's some damn good NAI and Division II and Division III programs, or JUCO if that's where you got to go.
JUCO, yeah,
100%.
Yeah,
100%. I want to talk to Brandon Robertson. I have questions that I think he would be great to answer. I'm gonna reach out and see if we can get him on the show.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell you something else now before we get off here. Kevin Easley at Life, y'all go follow him on Twitter and look at them dudes he done brought in this year.
Hey, I see him tweeting on his dudes.
Hey man, we might even get him on the show. Let's talk about that.
That'll be good.
Because I know it, we talk about blue bloods or the new blood. Yeah, I'm talking to you, CY, Florida State. But Life used to be I ain't gonna say used to be because he'll get mad if I say that. They're considered a blue blood of NAI.
For sure.
3 national championships, a bunch of Final Fours. You know, that's where Spivey went, Locke.
Yes, sir. I was just about to bring it up.
Can we pull Spivey's card? Can we pull his records and see what he did at Life?
It's there. I mean, if you want to do that, right?
Text me. Man, he want to play you one-on-one, Bruce.
Hey,
Me one-on-one?
you're playing them leagues now, Bryce.
Yeah, what y'all don't understand about me is I'm the best. What y'all don't understand about me is I'm the best dude that didn't play college basketball. If I really get back into shape, let's close the show.
So when y'all playing? Let's set it up.
It don't matter to me.
That shit on SUV, dog. That shit going on SUV.
Hey, when we get back in the studio, we do have a goal at SUV TV Studios.
Y'all acting like, bro.
3 dribbles.
I'm gonna take my contacts in. I'm gonna get back in shape. 3 dribbles? Oh, you really want to play 3 dribbles? That's perfect. Why ain't gonna get tired?
3 dribbles.
Live on air. Let's get it.
3 dribbles. I love it. I love it.
I will bust Bobby ass.
But no,
let's go.
That is
Hey,
We are set.
it's dudes like Locke, right? Locke will go to the hospitality suite and be like, yeah, Bryce said, man, please, I'll bust his ass too. Or if I didn't now, I probably did.
Hey, Locke will instigate it for sure.
Oh,
Locke will instigate.
Locke will instigate, and I gotta man. Come on, man.
Not me.
Locke will instigate it, dog.
Roll the ball out. Roll it out. Let me get back in shape.
But there's some dudes that I do want to have a conversation with, and as we close, like I think Kevin Easy would be great. Quincy Oliveri,
it's my guy.
I think would be great for the show. Brandon Robinson, Jordan Goldwire, I think would be great for the show. Like I want to talk to some guys that had to wait their turn to play high major D1 and talk to those guys and see.
What's the guard from Duke? They went to Norcross.
Jordan Goldwire.
That's why I said Goldwire.
I ain't hear him.
I think those guys would be great to talk to, and they would have great understanding.
Uncle Drew, you can roll the ball out too. Shit.
Wow.
Wait,
Drew? Uncle Drew.
Uncle Drew. Oh, Uncle Drew. What's your ass, bro?
I know Uncle Drew nice. I know Uncle Drew nice, but come on, bro.
Uncle Drew said the tweet already out, so Spivey will know.
I just seen it pop up on my thing. I'm gonna retweet it too.
Hey, Mondre, you don't get Channel 2 messages or updates or reports, do you?
To my phone?
Yeah.
No.
When you get off, look at the one that just came up about 45. Because I don't mention his name. I just say 45.
Oh, he's awful.
10 of the last 15 years. No tax reports. No tax returns.
Oh, you ain't getting those.
But I'm just saying he didn't do one.
Oh, that's why he ain't revealed it, because he hasn't done his taxes.
I mean, hey, I've said for a long time that rich people get to do whatever they want in this country, and we allow it because I feel like we want to be one of them. So we just let rich people do whatever they want. I mean, how long have we known that Amazon as a company doesn't pay taxes? Like, we know that, and we're still okay with it because we're okay with rich people doing whatever they want. Because I feel like, shit, we want to get rich and we want to get our shit off. Like, yeah, that's a rich people thing. Do whatever they want. Hey man, that's our show. Love you guys. Hey, if you know one of those people, man, anybody get in touch with Brandon Robinson, Quincy Oliveri, Jordan Goldwire. We
can get Quincy on. That ain't nice.
Reaching out. But that's our show, man. Love y'all. Love the Game Podcast. Thursday night, we'll be back. 8:00 Thursday night. We back in the building.